Hey, so I don't know if anybody's listening, but I thought I'd run over some stuff about Feral in currently the pre-patch. As probably anybody who plays Feral knows, we've had some reworks, but most of it's gonna be staying the same, except we've lost our artifact, and along with it, a lot of the pretty useful features that it had. So I'm gonna try and run over some of the changes, some of the stuff that you should look out for if you're playing Feral right now. Um, what you can expect in BFA, even though realistically speaking, they're probably gonna change a lot of these things. Especially tuning right now it seems like stuff isn't doing the damage that they're supposed to be doing. But I guess we first start with the talents. The talents have changed a little bit. Right now, the single target talents look something like this. Lunar Inspiration, um, well, basically the whole reason why Lunar Inspiration is like the number one choice now is because Haste has started scaling with, or bleeds have started scaling with Haste now. So Haste is incredibly valuable since druids, or I think it's Feral specifically, has an innate bonus scaling with Haste. This means that we get, I think it's about 50% extra haste from every point of haste that we obtain. And now when it scales with bleeds as well, suddenly haste has become god tier. If you see yourself, you're gonna notice that haste sits probably at a value of 4 compared to everything else that's like 2.6 or below. I think mastery is sitting at like 1.7 or something. So try to not equip many mastery pieces, and just focus on getting as much haste as you possibly can. And with gear as well, right now, this is currently the pre-patch, so this is bound to change, but right now there's a bug with the 4-piece bonus that if you get the proc and you use it when you're on 5 combo points, you can't generate combo points anymore. But a way to quote unquote break this bug is to, if you encounter it, so like you can't generate combo points anymore, it's just you swipe and that fixes it for some reason. Yeah, I think that's about it with the gear. In terms of talents, yeah, Lunar Inspiration, yeah, if you played Feral during Emerald Nightmare, you probably know how to use it. And it's not that hard, just one more dot to take care of. And one kind of fun fact, because we're using Blood Talents now, Lunar Inspiration doesn't actually eat up a Blood Talent stack, so you can use it when you're in a binding and really need to get 5 combo points, but you only have one stack of Blood Talents left. Then you can use Lunar Inspiration to get yourself to that 5 combo points. And here in the mobility row, they've removed the Displacer Beast for some god knows reason. And the new option is Tiger's Dash, which I would say is a really good talent, but it removes dash, so like you get one it replaces dash, and it's not even that good of a talent. Like the movement speed is sort of like a blink, but at the same time you lose your 60% move speed, and I think overall Tiger's Dash is just slightly better than dash. Let's say during a 6-minute fight, you get more extra movement speed from dash than you do Tiger's Dash. Anyway, and then we have Renewal, which is still as useless as ever. And then we have a Wild Charge, which is fine. You get Wild Charge, which you can jump to allies to, except this guy is a horde, so I can jump to him. And you get Feral Charge, which is just a pounce basically. And here we have the usual talents. Balance Affinity has been nerfed slightly, but it's still way better than these two. Here we have Typhoon. Yeah, these just depends. All right, I'm gonna move away from this guy. These three just depends on the encounter that you're currently doing. Mostly that's just gonna mean does your, like, are you doing Aggrum or are you doing Sisters, for instance? For Sisters you need Mass Entitlement. For Aggramar you need Typhoon. That's about as simple as it gets. Here the tables have turned a bit. Right now Jagged Wound seems to be better than Incarnation, and if you start like practicing Feral and looking at the damage numbers, you're gonna notice that that the damage from Rip has increased quite a bit. So that's finally gonna be your main damage dealer. So yeah, so the Forest, not really usable. Incarnation doesn't seem to be that good. So just go with Jagged Wounds for now. Oh, and by the way, this is strictly for single target. The AoE talents are slightly different. And here it's Savage Aura for single target, and here Blood Talents for... I'm gonna say Blood Talents for everything, but this is because I like Blood Talents. And for AoE it's slightly different. You just go Pred and Brutal Slash, even though this is pretty funny. Brutal Slash, like, the damage of it is super low. I think it's way under-tuned right now. Like, you do 1k damage with it. Meanwhile, Swipe does, like, yeah, almost 500 damage. So it barely does twice as much. And you only have 3 of them. And they cost almost as much energy as well. Meanwhile, Savage Aura nets you like 10% extra damage, which is pretty bonkers. So why they changed that, I don't really get. Or rather, why they reduce the damage of Brutal Slash so much, because right now, like, yeah, you're gonna come up on top, but you're gonna lose 15% overall damage. So your single target is gonna be really weak when you're using Brutal Slash. Then you have Blood Talents, which is my preferred talent here. I think you can still use Moment of Clarity, but I haven't simmed myself with it, so I wouldn't know how strong it is. But right now Shred is doing really little damage, so yeah, I wouldn't really count on this being that good. And yeah, Blood Talents, Feral Frenzy. This probably has some kind of application in PvP, but for PvE the damage is just too low. Right, some rotation stuff. Because they put Berserk on a global cooldown, it can be pretty frustrating to use, because like, some of the sims have determined that, like, you only really want to use Berserk once during the opener, and then during execute. And if possible, you want to squeeze in one during the fight somewhere, but you wanna make sure that you have one for the execute. Right now, Berserk is really weak, so yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna play it exactly, but I'm probably gonna try to pull it towards the end of the fight so I can get it during execute, so I can just spam First Spite, because that ability does quite a bit of damage now. Alright, so I'm gonna try to open. The opener is a bit tricky, and after playing with Moment of Clarity for so long, hang on, let me turn down the sound. After playing with Moment of Clarity for almost a year now, or no, for about 1 tier, using Blood Talents again is gonna get, like, yeah, it's gonna take something getting used to. But right now the opener, as far as I understand it, as far as the Feral Discord has been talking about, is Rake, Rake, Moonfire, Savage Shore, Berserk, Tiger's Fury, and then you go to 5 combo points, and then if you have a Predatory Swiftness, you want to use that to buff your next Rip. If you don't have it, you're gonna wanna use a Rip anyway, just so that you have that ticking. Yeah, I'll try it. I haven't done this since yesterday, so alright, I'm not. Alright, no problem. Let's try this again. Yeah, alright, I already messed up. And then the rotation just sort of continues as usual. You just want to maintain your stuff, keep the up times. You don't want to make your rip fall off, because right now it's pretty powerful. Get a buffed one, there we go. And it's a lot more important to pool now. Do I wanna? Yeah, alright. So we have a buffed rip now. Rake is gonna fall off in a second. Pandemic going there. Have Moonfire we have to look out for. Oh, I have to use that buff. I really wish that the duration of swiftness lasted longer. Can we? I'm not sure if that's a waste or not. Oh, yikes! There we go. All good. So I think we can actually fit. Oh, okay. So this is how you replicate the bug, right? Not. Yeah. So as you can see now we can't generate combo points anymore. The way to fix this is to use swipe, and suddenly we have a combo points again. So now if we use it again, this time it didn't glitch out or bug out. So this time we're fine. So yeah, that's something that I've reported, and I think a lot of ferals have reported it as being a bug. Hopefully that gets fixed soon, because it's really annoying to play with. Because actually, to be fair, right now just playing with 4Ps is really tricky when you're using Blood Talons, because you, like, for me at least, I never really know when to like how to properly use it, because you have so many Blood Talons, Blood Talon like charges. So when you get that, you're sort of wondering like, oh, am I wasting charges by doing this or that? So yeah, I try to always. Alright, now okay, I almost fell off. I at least always try to buff like the freebie that you get. Alright, now we're gonna get another one of these. Okay, it didn't bug this time either. Yeah, to me it's just it just confuses the spec a little, which is really not what I need when I haven't played Blood Talons Feral in so long. But to be fair, this playstyle is way more preferable than what we had. Right, so now we get a Berserk, which I think I should use. Oh, I really messed up there. I buffed my my bleed with. I can't talk while doing this. I buffed my rake with Shadow Meld, and I almost instantly afterwards replaced it. But yeah, this is the playstyle. I'll try to do the opener one more time, because last time I just messed it up. And the opener is slightly RNG based. Like if you get a stack of Predator Swiftness at the start, your first rip is gonna get buffed, and that's gonna make your life a lot easier. I speculated that that you could just shred to 5 combo points and then use Savage Roar, but you're gonna have so much downtime, on both Savage Roar and Rip for that to it just doesn't work. Alright, let me do the opener again. Boom, boom. Yeah, then the buffs. Now because I had more combo points, I got a guaranteed Blood Talon, so that's a bit cheating. All right, let me leave combat. So Most important thing of the opener is you want to precast regrowth to get a free or to get 2 free blood talon charges. Then it's just Rake, Moonfire, Savage Roar. And then you wanna try to get to 5 combo points. Rip. I'm gonna be a bit greedy and do this, reapply it. So that's a strong rip off and that's a strong Rake buff. Let's roar again, there we go. Gonna get the most value out of that. Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's about how Feral functions. Brutal Slash and Predator, the playstyle is really simple, except you're gonna do way less damage than you did in Legion. I wouldn't recommend Feral as something to climb Mythic Plus with, unless it's Tyrannical weak, and I don't like right now Feral is not that strong in single target either, so yeah, right now Feral is looking, in terms of like strictly damage, Feral is looking really weak. So I would, this at the start of BFA, I wouldn't try to push keys unless we get some changes to our spec or to damage specifically, because I think the damage of a Brutal Slash could get bumped up quite a bit without it being a massive issue. Because right now it's just it's too weak for us to be able to do any meaningful AoE damage. Right now our damage is fairly strong when it's 2 to 3 targets and you're able to dot everything up. But even then, it's like you're basically gonna do the same damage as a warrior. But as soon as there are like 4 or 5 targets, he's gonna do more damage than you, which is a bit disappointing. Yeah. Anyways, that's some of the stuff for Feral and pre-patch, and hopefully we're gonna get some changes. But right now, this is Feral. That's about it. Good luck in the raids, etc., etc. See ya.